I think we are live. Yep, we are live on youtube.com/binmedia/live. We've never actually streamed on YouTube before. This is interesting. So, let's hopefully not make this into a habit. Let's wait for everyone to get in. In fact, I'm going to send out the live signal. We'll begin the town hall. It's going to be me talking for an hour. For those of you that are watching this from the very beginning of the VOD, it's going to be me talking for about an hour, give or take a little bit, maybe an hour 15, going over people's channels, going over questions, talking about the recent events. We're going to be covering SCALELAB. We're going to be covering what they did and what they did wrong, and what they've done to resolve it, if anything. So we're going to be talking about that. We're going to be talking about BIN, how we can help you, how we need your help, and what we'd like to do in the future. I'm going to be talking about our projects that we're working on, a lot of different projects, research, programming, dashboard stuff, bot stuff, good stuff, really, really awesome stuff. So we're going to talk about that. We're going to be talking about our future, what we're trying to accomplish, what we're trying to do, and maybe get some people some help, maybe help optimize their channels a little bit. So with that being said, let's get more people in here. We are live. There's 2 people watching. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Does YouTube even let me see who's watching the stream? Is that a thing I can do? I don't think there's a thing. Participants. No one. Participants. No one. There's no one watching. Let me go and pop this up now, because the problem is we have subscribers. However, Peter Taylor waves. That is Peter Taylor. Yeah. There's been some stuff going on, Peter. Peter, I gotta actually ask you. I'm like, are you free at some point this week for like an hour-long call with our developer? We're trying to. That's why the call dragged over so long. We were trying to figure out architectural issues. We're not sure if Amazon Web Services is doable, or if we should start on a VPS. But then we have a problem with coding for architecture scaling. So if we code for a VPS, then we're going to have problems if Amazon Web Services needs to divide things up in a certain manner. It's just a bunch of bullshit, but it's a bunch of poop. I'm not allowed to curse on here because apparently this is not my opinion. I'm not allowed to share my opinion because it's a company channel. it's the company, the corporations are coming for us. Alright, well, looks like we're good. Let's see here. Live, twitch.tv/blind. Ooh, that's weird to say. Twitch.tv/binmedia. General, thank you, Peter, for posting that in general, because Appline Gamer forgot to post the link. I did not forget. I just did not. The absence of evidence is not the evidence of absence, Peter Taylor. There you go. Now I posted the link, Peter. You happy? Whoops, almost posted that on accident, the Hyper RPG server. Peter Taylor says, I can talk for an hour. Just ask anyone that knows me. Ms. Washington says, well, I'll have to watch the VOD because I have to pick up people now. Sure. This is Peter Taylor. Sure. Oh, Jesus. Alright, well, speaking of, I think we got people here. They're coming. So we'll let people catch up on the VOD if they're not. But I want to get down into the nitty gritty and really start talking about the important stuff. Sorry, I've been talking non-stop for the last couple hours, and I've been up since about 7 o'clock yesterday. So I'm running on fumes right now. I'm running on fumes, boys. All right, let's get down to the nitty gritty. actually, let's just put this on Twitter real quick in case someone wants to just randomly jump in from anyone on Twitter. We have people. Yeah, Joel Telling. News is Cloud the Wolf on Twitter. Yes, news. Let me just grab Aaron, make sure Aaron's here because he's part of this. I need to grab him, make sure everyone's here because Aaron is part of this. Just to make sure that he knows. And I think we should be good. So let's get right into it. So let's talk about the juicy situation that we have here with SCALELAB. So, as you all know, SCALELAB was our not employer, but we worked with SCALELAB. And we worked with SCALELAB to provide services such as licensing, and that was basically it. They basically did our licensing. And we were supposed to provide support. We were supposed to provide, opportunities, whatnot, and we did that, and we did our jobs. SCALELAB gave us the licensing, and they charged us 35% of all the money we made a month. Now, what that means is that if we make $1,000 in commissions a month, then we only make, $650 because they take $350, 35%. So we have lost substantial amounts of money. We've lost almost thousands of dollars a month at some points. Like there was one month where we were making over $2,000, and SCALELAB took almost I think it was like $790 something that SCALELAB took, and they really didn't do much for us. They provided licensing, but we got no support. We had outstanding channel optimization requests, outstanding graphic design requests that have been outstanding since December of 2016 that are still outstanding. It's been over 6 months. We've had outstanding requests from October and November of 2016, well over 6 months. It's 8, 9, 10 months, whatever. We're going to be going on. We're going to be going on 10 months, I think, whatever it is. So we've had outstanding requests. Now, SCALELAB is supposed to support us and provide us with these services. However, they did not. They have not. They did not. Kevin Crunch, yo! Hi, Kevin. We're talking about SCALELAB drama right now. Pick up people, how high are you dropping them from? What? Pick up people, how high are you dropping them from, Peter Taylor? I'm not sure what that means. Oh, I get it, because Mr. Rushton has to go pick up his kids. I see. So SCALELAB did not provide the services, but they were still taking 35% of our money a month, and that's why we weren't able to do certain things. I wanted to put more money into numerous other things, operations and whatnot, doing more giveaways, giving away microphones and whatnot, and we were going to use that funding to do a lot more. So we were down on funding, and SCALELAB really didn't do much else besides provide us licensing. SCALELAB contacted me on, I'm going to pull this up here just so I can read it verbatim. But basically, because I know you guys haven't seen these emails, I know we really haven't shown them, but we've given like a gist of it. But this is the exact verbatim language that was used in the email from John McGahan, who was a friend of mine. I haven't really had a chance to talk to him, so like, I don't know if we're still friends. Like, I don't know. I don't know if what happened here, but we used to be friends from Freedom, and he actually works for SCALELAB now. And the email read, "Hi Anthony, as discussed, we completely understand and respect your desire to move on from SCALELAB. As a technical matter, we must terminate your consultant agreement at this time. Please consider this written notification that the quote partner manager consultant agreement, end quote, dated as of June 22nd, 2016, by and between Anthony Reyes and SCALELAB LLC, is hereby terminated by SCALELAB for material breach of the terms of the agreement effective immediately. Specifically, you have ceased to perform required services as defined in paragraph 1 of the agreement. It has been a pleasure working with you. Everyone on the SCALELAB team has enjoyed getting to know you. We wish you much success in all your future endeavors. I hope that our paths cross again in the near future. If there's anything you need, please do not hesitate to reach out, as you have friends at SCALELAB who will be happy to help. Best, insert signature, John McGahan, Manager, Global Operations, SCALELAB. And then all the contact info. So here's the issue. In our contract, they didn't actually specify what I breached or what we breached. They did not specify. They just said in accordance with paragraph 1. It's not actually paragraph 1. It's actually section 1, not paragraph 1, which is incorrect. Section 1 states that our duties are to recruit channels, provide those channels with support, and that's basically it. It's basically we do our jobs. We consult. We provide channels with support, and we help them. Which we do. We have done. We will continue to do, with or without SCALELAB. Money or no money, that's what we do. And that's what we'll continue to do. So SCALELAB said that we violated this agreement somehow. They didn't actually specify how we did it. But in section 12 of the agreement, and I will make my contract public. I will make a Google Doc for it, and you will find the link in the VOD. This video will be a VOD, and the link will be in the description. At some point, I have to upload it to Google Drive and make it a doc. But section 12 of the contract states that if either party is in material breach of the contract, they must be given 10 days of written notice. Now, I did not receive a specific reason why I was in a material breach, and they terminated us effective immediately. Section 12 also says that if we did want to terminate the contract ourselves without material breach or whatever, if we just wanted to end our contract, we can do so with 30 days of notice. Now, we have to give, I have to give SCALELAB 30 days of written notice to discontinue our agreement. And SCALELAB has to give me 30 days of written notice to disengage from our agreement. Neither of these were followed. Neither the 30 days of written notice for non-material breach were followed, nor were the proper policies for material breach followed. We did not receive a notice 10 days because we would have 10 days to rectify it. We were not given those 10 days to rectify. We were just immediately terminated. We were not given any specifics on why we were terminated. I personally believe it's because my partners disagreed with certain actions that SCALELAB was taking involving the monetization of their content, and I stood up for our partners and I said these people have an issue. They are planning to leave SCALELAB, and I cannot blame them. They are being taken advantage of in a way that they do not agree with, and these people, I'm not going to mention anyone's names for obvious reasons, but these partners do not want their content to be monetized in this way. SCALELAB then told me, okay, we won't do it. We're going to look into it and everything, and we'll get back to you. And so I said, okay, great. I asked them as a personal favor to not unlink, to stay in our network under me, because we do support them. BIN does support them. I still support them. But just for the sake of the money and the licensing and everything, and just the whole hassle, I said, listen, just do me a favor, personal favor to me. Don't unlink yet. If you want to unlink, but give me 30 days. Give me some time to figure this out. And so they came back to me and they said, yeah, you know what, we're going to do a thing. And then they didn't. And there were still problems with the monetization. There were still issues. They are still not happy. And so that's why our top 85 or 90% of our earning potential is literally going to walk out the door. And I mentioned this during a partner manager interview that I had with John McGahan. I had this interview with him, and I mentioned this to him. I said, listen, our partners are very unhappy. They're very unhappy with SCALELAB. SCALELAB hasn't been truthful and forthcoming. SCALELAB also hasn't provided the services that they promised that they would. SCALELAB has not upheld their end of the deal, and I feel like SCALELAB, I'm okay with the way it is because I don't really need SCALELAB's help for anything. But I feel that our contract should be amended. I feel that SCALELAB shouldn't take 35% of the money that I earn because they provide extraordinarily cheap licensing that they're paying almost nothing for, but yet they're taking a uncapped 35% of my wages. So if we make $1 million, they would still take $350,000. If we made $1, they would still take 35 cents. So it's uncapped. It's just 35% down the board. So and they're only paying pennies on the dollar for this licensing, literally pennies on the dollar. And I know I have a good estimate, not a factual account, but I have a good estimate of what they are paying for the licensing, and it is not much at all. And I know this because we've been talking to licensing partners, the same partners that SCALELAB has, about licensing for our network that we are now making. So, in short, SCALELAB illegally terminated our contract. Now, what this means for BIN is that we cannot monetize our creators right now. So any money that we should be earning right now, because they terminated us under a material breach, we technically don't get that money. In the contract, they don't have to pay us. However, we're going to fight that. We are going to take SCALELAB to court. We are going to fight this legally. I already contacted our attorneys. It's the nice thing that we have a really big law firm that's skilled in multi-million-dollar corporate litigation, and they're actually doing it as a favor to me because our neighbor happens to be one of the owners and principals of that law firm, and she likes me. So, you know, she's doing me a solid. She's doing me a favor and helping us sort this out. So we actually have a very good legal team behind us. Now, in terms of the legal battle, we're gonna have to cover all of that. You know, that's not really a discussion for today because we haven't started on that process. Speaking of mics, I need a new mic. I hate being a robot. Get a road. Matt. I have a blue snowball that I could send you, Kevin. It was left over from one of our old giveaways. We can send it to you if you'd like. I'm okay with doing that. But it's only a blue snowball, so it's not fantastic, but it is a functional mic. Kevin, you should talk to Network Studios. His name is Matthew, or Matt. You can find him on the Discord. It's at Frankie Time on our Discord server. He is our resident sound engineer. He helps with all of our sound stuff. So talk to him about sound stuff, because he's got it on lock. He's got all the sound stuff you can need. Now, saying all that about SCALELAB, basically, I'm going to be really honest with you guys, because we do need your help. Whether Joel watches this, or Dustin watches, or Preston, or Peter Taylor, I know is here, or Colsey, or anyone that's actually in our network, anyone that actually cares, anyone that doesn't think of BIN as just like a thing that gives me licensing. What we're trying to build is a real community, and we have to figure out how to do that again in an appropriate business fashion. That way we can pay the bills and survive. As many of you know, I have not taken a paycheck from BIN. I have never taken a paycheck from BIN, not once. In the 2+ years that I've been doing this, I've never been paid. I've been living off of my savings and off of money that I get from other jobs like web design and computer repair or whatever I can come up with. That's what I've been living off of, that and my savings, which is gone. So thankfully, I don't really have to pay much in terms of rent. I don't pay rent. I just pay the utilities because this house is owned, which is a good thing. There's no mortgage. However, BIN does need to pay bills. We need to pay bills for licensing. We need to pay bills for software developers, programmers, UI UX designers, graphic designers, which is Aaron. Aaron, or Become a Prime, is our resident graphics designer. We've hired him on. We commission him often, and I'd like him to start making banners and graphics, thumbnails for everyone in BIN. I would like to hire him on full time. However, I don't think it's fair for me to hire him for less than he's worth. And I think he's worth at minimum $3,000 a month. I would like to hire on at least one programmer full time. That's probably a minimum of $3,000 a month, $4,000 a month, at a minimum. Licensing is going to cost us. I did the math, and I think we're looking at like $17 per person is what licensing is going to cost us, because we're not licensing in mass bulk. We're licensing less than 100 licenses per piece of software, and those licenses include, and by the way, I have the official license list of what we're going to be licensing when we get the money. We are going to be licensing TubeBuddy is our #1 priority for licensing. #2 is Epidemic Sound. #3 is Monster Cat. And #4, if we need it, we already have TubeBuddy, so we're not going to get vidIQ, but if we need it, we may get Hootsuite, which is made by the same people that made vidIQ, or we may get Buffer. And now that's also the thing I want to get into in a little bit, that we may not have to license a social media management suite at all because of some of the background projects that we've been secretly doing here at Bin HQ. This is where all the money's been going. So the issue that we have right now is that we can't get money. So before, we used to get 30, so like Peter Taylor, I hope you don't mind me talking about this, but like your revenue share is 30%. You have a 70-30 revenue share split. That's our standard split. So I guess I didn't even have to mention you by name, but I read your name, so I did. Nobody likes buffering, lol. That's a computer joke. For those of you that don't get it. But our standard revenue share is 70-30. So if you make $100, we get 30. Out of that 30, ScaleLab gets 35%. So let's just say they get $3 or something. I don't know. I'm not doing math right now. They get $3 or $4. So we would actually get like $25, $26, $27, somewhere in that range, minus the payment processing fee, because PayPal would take 2.9% plus 30 cents. So we would get that money from you. Because we no longer have a relationship with ScaleLab, because they illegally terminated our contract. And by the way, I checked. It is illegal. They broke our contract. They are in the wrong. They still have not contacted us to rectify the situation. I have never been contacted by any member of ScaleLab after that, after I sent my counter reply that said that there was nothing wrong. They have never gotten back to me. I don't think that they're interested in resolving this amicably and civilly. Get it? Civilly, because it's civil. It's court. So the problem is we don't have a way to make money. That commission that we were making off of everyone, we cannot get that anymore. We don't have a way of acquiring that commission other than everyone unlinking from ScaleLab, and then you would have to manually pay us a certain amount of money a month. And we still wouldn't be able to really provide licensing unless we were going to charge everyone, no matter how large your channel was or how small your channel was. We'd have to charge you a minimum of like $50, basically, to be like profitable, because to take into account all the people that wouldn't pay, that we would lose because they were working off ad rev and they don't actually have the money to actually pay because they're very small channels. Like Riker, for example. Riker is a small channel. We were giving him free licensing. It was free. We were giving it to him for nothing. And, you know, we wouldn't be able to do that. We would have to charge him at least, you know, $20 to cover the licensing costs, and then more to cover the support costs, and it would be a nightmare. You know, we would need to charge people a significant amount of money to provide the same level of service that we were before. Now, it may work out better for larger channels like Joel's channel, you know, 3D Printing Nerd, or even Dustin's channel, because his channel is getting pretty up there, and I'm very happy about it. I've been watching Dustin grow, and I'm super excited for him, and I want to help him do a lot more, and I'm trying to set up opportunities along with this whole thing, which is kind of, you know, it's difficult. It's difficult to set up sponsorship opportunities and all this other stuff when you have the walls falling down around you and the ceiling caving in. So the issue is we can't monetize. So we currently have $1,028 and I think like 24 cents in our account. I'm checking right now. In the bin account, in the bin PayPal account, we have a total of $1,028.96. As far as I know, that is all of the money that we will have for the foreseeable future, unless we can get an investor, which I've been trying to do, or we can get a CRT, a CMS, a CRT, which takes forever, and I don't even know if we would qualify for it. We're still trying to go through that paperwork, that mess of that horrible slew of paperwork. It's horrible. Or we find another MCN, which is going to be equally as bad as SCALELAB, probably, because most of them are. That's why we chose SCALELAB, because we believed at the time that SCALELAB was the lesser of evils, and that was kind of our last option. So we are kind of fresh out of options, especially with the recent behaviors and suspensions of certain MCNs. A lot of MCNs have actually been getting their content owners suspended because they've been violating YouTube's policies, or they've been doing illegal things, or they've been abusing certain copyright systems. So the MCNs have been penalized heavily. So it makes our job even harder to get an MCN, because YouTube's worried about people abusing the system. They're not going to be wanting to give it out to new people like us, especially because we don't have money or connections. So we have a limited budget to work on. We're still working on a lot of our back-end stuff. We're working on development, and that's what basically I'm telling you guys now, is that we are currently working on development. We have a coder. His name is Rahul. He's from India, and we pay him $25 an hour to work on the bot and the dashboard and all this other stuff. He is very fair, and I think he does really great work. I'm very happy with him. I would love to hire him full-time if we had the money. He's a great worker, he's a great guy, and he's been helping us out a lot. But the fact doesn't change that he needs to get paid, because he needs to eat. He needs to feed himself and his family and whatever. Whatever his obligations are. I don't know, it's not my business. But he needs to eat. So at the rate we're going, at $25 an hour, we could probably get away with another, maybe another 40 hours of work, and then we're tapped out completely. But I'd probably say another 20 or 30 before we have to take into account that we have to pay taxes, we have to we have to file paperwork and stuff like that. So really our $1,028.96 budget is not actually $1,028.96. It's more like probably $700, because of the financial stuff and paperwork and filing fees and stuff with the state and the federal government and all this other crap. Plus that's not including like other miscellaneous expenses like server hosting or whatnot. So we need to figure out a way to monetize Bin, or we need to figure out a way how to get back up and running. And so I wanted to talk to you guys about it. I wanted to see if you guys had any ideas. I was thinking we could do some sort of public, not a petition, but I was thinking we could put together a video of some sort, and kind of explain to people, like, we are a community. We're not an MCN at heart. We don't have their business policy. We want to do good things. We want to help people. We want to change the industry for the better, and really use our community and our sense of friendship and family and values. I hate using the word family, but I want to use our sense of values to guide us and make a better future. I set out 2 years ago to make Bin not an MCN. I wanted to make Bin a lifestyle. I wanted to make Bin a lifestyle, a creator-first lifestyle, where we would be able to have everything under one roof. I'm talking everything. I've done the research for everything. If we had $20 million laying around, we'd open up a bank. We'd have bin bank. We'd have, bin services. We wouldn't have to license things anymore because we would have everything under our own roof. I wanted to work with local artists from all around the world. New Jersey, Detroit, New York, Louisiana, California, Washington, Texas, Bristol, London, Westchester, Manchester, Yorkshire, Amsterdam. I wanted to go all over the world and find amazing local musicians, take their music, put it together, give our creators access to their music copyright free, royalty free. We would of course compensate the creators and help them and promote their channels and whatnot in exchange. But I wanted to give our creators real original music. And then I wanted to protect that music from copyright trolls by putting it in our CMS and then making sure that no one could claim it, because we would have a policy on it already that wouldn't allow claiming. And we would be able to protect people's music while still making sure that we protect people that were using it from copyright trolls. I wanted to make a social media platform, sort of like a management platform. I wanted to create a Patreon competitor, which we're working on now. The money that we have right now is going towards development. That development is for the bot. It's for a Streamlabs and Muxy competitor. It's for a Hootsuite Buzz. It's for a Hootsuite Buffer epoxy competitor. It's for a dashboard, for YouTube dashboard. That way we don't have to spend thousands of dollars a month licensing a dashboard from a company like Paladin or Viduli or Tubular, who are going to charge us $69,000 a year or more. Or Paladin is going to charge us $2,000 a month or more for a dashboard. It's not fair to you guys because we could be using that money in better ways, making better tools that could help you on a more direct level. And that's what we're about. We're trying to use as little money as we can to make the most impact that we can. Because we are a business, but we operate like a community. And we will always do so first and foremost. That's why our shareholders are going to be our community members. We have 10 million shares, and I don't want to offer those shares to anyone else but community members. I want to offer those shares to creators, to people that care, to people that know what a vision is, even if you don't have vision. I cannot see, and I feel that I have more vision than most people. I envision a future where content creation is king. It doesn't matter what your setup is. It doesn't matter what you have or how much money you have or who you know. It matters what your story is. If your story is good enough, people will come and watch it. People will come and listen. Because people want story. People want to be interested in something. They want to live vicariously through you. They want to experience your content. They want to live. They want to learn. Content is the future. And I want to make a lifestyle around making content, touching other people's lives. And I think that we really have to examine what we're doing now and figure that out. But I want to be as honest and forthright with you guys as possible, because you've supported me and we've supported you, and I want to continue that relationship regardless of whether we're with SCALELAB or Bent Pixel or Fullscreen or Maker Studios or Bin Media Incorporated. It doesn't matter. I don't want to sacrifice this kind of dynamic. It's important. It's part of who we are. It's part of our company values. It's part of our community values. So where are we at current levels at production? Well, the bot is working out really well. We have raffles. They work. Raffles and everything work. Multi-stage raffles with logic in them, so you can create multiple raffles. The bot can distinguish between a user being lazy and a user trying to enter a specific raffle. The bot can distinguish multiple inputs, various ticket types, timed or variable permissions-based stuff. We're getting very in-depth and very intense with it. We're making this probably the most versatile, most powerful bot that's usable on Twitch chat or YouTube chat. or Mixer. We still haven't worked on Mixer integration yet. We're working on Twitch right now. Then we're going to be working on YouTube. Then we're going to be working on Mixer. But the bot is going out well. By the end of this week, the bot should be basically ready for an alpha test. And then we're going to be making a dashboard so that you can test it in the alpha much easier. You don't have to figure out how to use command line or anything like that. It'll just be a point and click interface. Or you could use very simplified chat commands. That's what we're working on right now in terms of the bot. In terms of the on-screen overlays and stuff, that's going to be coming soon after we start the public alpha and we get that stuff sorted out. Then we're going to start working on the on-screen overlays. Once that's done, we're going to start working on the social media management platform. And then once that's mostly done, we're going to start working on the financial platform. That's if we don't get funding, if we have to figure out how to fund this in some other way. If we can get a funding round of at least $2 million, which is a lot of money. It's more money than I've ever had in my life. More money than most of us probably had in our lives. If we can get a funding round of $2 million, then we will hire a full development team, a full dev team that'll work 40 hours or more a week. We'll push out everything all at once. It's all going to be geared towards BIN partners. If you're a BIN partner, it'll be free. We're going to get licensing. The first thing that we're going to do is we're going to get TubeBuddy, then we're going to get Epidemic Sound, and then we're going to get some sort of Monster Cat maybe as well. And then we're going to get some sort of other licensing. Maybe if the social media platform is not done, maybe we'll license Epoxy or something. But we're going to get licensing. We're going to get all that. We're going to get a CRT. But that like the whole thing is like we have to get $2 million of funding. And that's going to be the issue right now. That's what I'm going to be focusing on primarily for the next week or two, is really trying to get that funding. That way BIN could keep existing and we can move forward at an accelerated pace to actually accomplish something good for the industry. Not just for us, not just for you, but for everyone, for the entire industry, whether you're a Twitch streamer or a Mixer streamer or a YouTube live streamer or a YouTube vlogger or whatever you do. Whatever platform you're on, new or old, standard or unconventional, I want to make resources that you can use to be creative. I want to make a system, an all-inclusive ecosystem where all you as a creator have to do is worry about making content, and we'll take care of the rest. You want to manage your social media? Great. You spend 5 minutes a day and we'll set it up. We'll automate everything for you. We'll give you your statistics. We'll curate everything that you need to be curated. We'll take care of all that. We'll manage your Twitch channel. We'll handle payments and subscriptions, and we'll even handle subscription item fulfillments. If you have a monthly subscription and say you give out a 20% off discount code for t-shirts if you subscribe for $5 or more a month, we will handle the distribution of that. We will also handle video hosting and even website hosting. We wanted to create a WordPress template that creators could use to integrate our white labelable payment system that will allow you to take payments and no one would have to know we're involved. You don't even have to be part of BIN. You could be any creator, any Joe Schmo off the street, whether you have 1 subscriber or whether you have 100 million subscribers. You know, whether you're PewDiePie 2.0 or whether you're or discount PewDiePie in terms of Kevin. I call Kevin discount PewDiePie because I love him. You know, I wanted to build all this and make it available to everyone. And of course we have to monetize it, but that's not my concern right now. My concern is getting it done. And I know exactly how we can monetize it when it is done. But I feel the important part is making this available to everyone. Because I feel that creators, a lot of them, from my experience, are very bad at business. Most of them don't understand how business works from the media side of it. And I don't want people to have to worry about it. I want people to wake up in the morning, have a nice cup of whatever they like to drink, you know, sit down, relax, get ready for the day, and then an hour later, go live stream, go make a video, go talk to your fans. Don't just say, oh, okay, I got to respond to comments now. and then do a couple quick comments and whatever. Actually talk to your fans. Have Google Hangout sessions. Have events. That's what I'd like to do. I'd like to orchestrate live events. Real life physical events, local area events. Or orchestrate meetups. Get custom merch and stuff made. Have like a convention, but in a virtual sense. I want to bring creators closer to their audiences than they've ever been before. And we have so many great ideas, and we just need to actually make them happen. And it's easy to say, I have a great idea. Everyone's got great ideas. That's not special. But what is special is that we have the drive to succeed. I have the drive to succeed, whether it kills me or not. If this kills me, so be it. I will work tirelessly from now until the rest of my life. This is what I want to do. I want to be here for you guys. I want to make things that make your lives easier. Whether you're a full-time content creator and that's your dream, or whether you think it's a really great hobby, whether you use content creation to overcome anxiety or depression. I stream twice a week on Tuesdays and Thursdays. I like to stream. I have PTSD. I have clinical depression. I have anxiety issues. Most people, 99.99% of people don't know that. I'm a very outgoing person when I want to be. I'm actually a great public speaker. I've public spoken before. My issue is not public speaking. My issue is actually interacting with people as people. And I found that being a part of this great community, being a part of the live streaming community has helped me as a person. And it's helped me deal with people. It's helped me actually develop relationships with people. It's improved my life greatly. So whether you are a person that makes live streams for whatever reason, whether you think it's a good way to make money, whether you just love doing it, you love being around people, or you're trying to use it to overcome a personal issue in your life, or trying to escape a problem that you have, whatever the reason it is that whatever reason you create, I want to be here for you, regardless of who you are, to help you do whatever you want to do. Whatever you aspire to be, whatever you want to create, whatever goals that you set, however you measure your own personal success, I want to help you achieve that in any way that I can. And I feel the best way we could do it is by being a community, by making tools and resources for creators. Let me actually read chat. I don't have any water. I don't have any water. So I've just been talking this whole time, and my mouth is so dry. That letter is, I wonder where they got the template from. What? And my nose is stuffy too now. It's because I was eating, never mind, that's for the after party. I got a surprise for you. Matt says, I don't know much about Foresight for audio interface. I recommend M Audio. Never had any problems with it. Peter Taylor says, the law firm is doing it because they are scared that Blind might go and sit in their office and talk to customers. Local from all around the world. Yes, I know Peter Taylor. So Peter, are we getting BinBot alpha test for Friday? I don't know if it's going to be by Friday, Mr. Washington. It does work. I have tested it. I was testing it about 20 or 30 minutes ago. It was working. It's just not working at max capacity, but it should be ready by Friday. I don't know if it's going to be commercially ready by Friday, even like as an alpha goes, but we'll have to see. But is that this Friday for alpha or Friday in blind time, TM? Blind, what about my Pocky sponsorship? Or at least Muruchin ramen noodles. No, Mr. Washington, you don't get a sponsor. Handling all the things seems key. No, it's bad, Mr. Washington. This is a professional environment. Hey, what's up? Got here as soon as I could. What's going down? Oh, just the end of the world. Blind is rambling and not reading chat. No, I'm not reading chat because this isn't like a chat thing. This is a town hall meeting, but I will read chat now. I'm reading chat now. He's going to war with SCALELAB and planning solo things. How's things, Colsey? I'm not too bad, thanks. Trying to get some last-minute things done before start my charity live stream week tomorrow. Busy and nervous. Colsey, Adam, hit me up. PM me on Discord after this. I want to talk to you about some stuff. I want to help you out a little bit. And we'll work on it. We weren't really able to connect before this, but I know it's starting tomorrow, so make sure that you do PM me. Because I do want to kind of help out a little bit. I'm a great public speaker, mainly because I can't see if anyone is listening. Blind, you're my hero, says Mr. Washington. Actually, Blind likes us. Yes, I do. I really do like you guys, and that's why I put in all this effort. No, I await Blind to misread my message. Yeah, that happens a lot. Also, good luck on the charity stream, Colsey, says Mr. Washington. So, we got through SCALELAB crap. We got through BinBot stuff. Plans for the future. I guess the only thing really left to talk about is, unless I'm forgetting something and someone can remind me, is any feedback that you guys have. What can we do to help you guys? I know, Mr. Washington, I know you're not a partner, but you are a community member. Regardless, you're not a content creator, but you're still part of the community. So even your feedback is welcome about anything community related. Peter Taylor, Colsey, I know that you guys, live stream, both of you, and you also make video on demand content. What would help you? What could we do to help? What licensing would help you? What should we prioritize or not prioritize? I'd like to start working with Twitch as well. I have mentioned this on several occasions in the past to actually work with Twitch. But Twitch is, from my experience, very inflexible and very not willing to do things or consider things. But now that they're owned by Amazon, maybe that's changed. So I'm not entirely sure, but I'm willing to give it another go, and maybe we can get some sort of Twitch team running, a Twitch stream team for Bin, or at least a community. I'd like to partner with Discord eventually at some point to do some cool things. When we finish the bot integration, that will obviously work with Discord. BinBot will be working with Discord simultaneously, as it also works with the chat. The financial platform and everything is also going to integrate with Discord. It's also going to integrate with a whole bunch of other stuff. Currently, BinBot is slated to integrate with Extra Life, the charity. It's going to also integrate with Teespring for really snazzy, cool t-shirts, as well as Spreadshirt designed by humans, and a couple other things that we're still up in the air about, but we know that for a fact Teespring, designed by humans, and Spreadshirt are in there, as well as Extra Life. We already have the APIs. We're working on it right now. So that's kind of what's being worked on. Blind needs a way to troll you by making money. Blind need a way to troll you by making money for Bin. I don't know. The only way that I can really think of us making money right now is if we can get back to monetizing our partners, and that's going to be a lot more difficult than it sounds because there's really no one else left that'll help us with it. Or we have to do it ourselves. The other way that we can make money that I could see right now is if we make a subscription service, which is probably not going to go over well because you'd have to pay a lot more money. You probably end up, especially smaller creators like Peter Taylor and Colsey, you guys are, you're not small, but you're not huge. You guys don't have 100,000 subscribers. You've got 1,000 or 2,000 or close to that. You're not in that, millions of subscribers, hundreds of thousands, millions of views a month, whatever. So if we started charging you $25, that may be more than what you make in AdSense revenue, which wouldn't really be worth it for you, and that wouldn't be fair to you either, really. So that's not really a great option. And the third option is selling stock in Bin. We have 10 million common stock shares issued. 10 10 million common stock shares, we'd like to value them at $1 a piece. We'd like to sell 20% of them for $2 million, and that's how we would get our $2 million investment round. I'm willing to sell up to 40%. I was thinking we could also crowdfund. Maybe we'll see a Kickstarter soon, or an Indiegogo. I have to figure out what platform is best for us. But we may see something like that in the near future. Crowdfunding the development of the software and maybe some other things, and we'll figure out how we're going to deal with that. But maybe that is an option, and I'm going to investigate that. Hopefully Aaron can help me. He's good with graphics, and maybe we can make up like a nice portfolio and put up a really nice looking Kickstarter. I'm going to use Kickstarter for the lack of a better term, a crowdfunding solution. Miss Washington says, yay for low subscribers that don't have thousands of bot subs. Tongue out Peter Taylor's face. So yeah, but it's a cost per value ratio. Like if I tell Peter Taylor, okay, Peter, you make $10 a month off AdSense, I'm gonna charge you $100 a month for the same service that I was charging you for 30%. So I was taking $3, but now I want $100, and you only make $10. You would just say, I'm sorry, I can't do that. You know, it's not possible for me to do that. I can't afford it. And that's okay. But it wouldn't make sense. So that's why I'm really wary about a subscription-based service. They do work, and we could make money off of it, but we would actually lose our smaller channels. We wouldn't be able to cater and to really pay attention to small channels. And that's what I want to do. I want to help smaller creators like, you guys actually grow and gain popularity and really do something cool. It's no fun helping the guy that's already got 1 million subscribers. He's got 1 million subscribers. He doesn't need you. That's the whole thing. That's why MCNs piss me off. MCNs piss me off because they try and find the biggest channels they can, and they're like, oh yeah, sign with us. You need us. You totally need us. And then the channel's like, okay, I guess. And they'll feed a channel a whole bunch of crap to try and get them to sign the dotted line. And they'll lock them in with long-term contracts, and they'll take ownership of the channel's content. If they don't like what you're saying, they'll censor you. They'll delete your videos. They'll private your channel to try and bully you into not speaking out against the opinions of the MCN. SCALELAB has done that before. Power TV is a subdivision of SCALELAB. It's owned by SCALELAB. Power TV has done the exact thing that I just referenced. Not only has SCALELAB done it, but other networks have done it. Ben Pixels has done it at some point. Fullscreen has done it numerous times. Maker Studios, I think, has done it a couple times that I've heard of. Everyone's done it. It's just a thing in the industry, I guess. But that's not cool. And that's not what I'm about. That's not what we're about, And I don't want to be that MCN that goes after the guys with 1 million subscribers because we just take 5%, we do nothing. We bring them sponsorship every now and then, and we're good. I want to take channels that have 1,000 subscribers, and I want to get them to 1 million subscribers if they can do it. And my philosophy has always been, I'm not going to tell you you can get 1 million subscribers. I'm not going to tell you you could be the next PewDiePie. Because you probably won't be. But that doesn't mean that you won't have the potential to get 100,000 subscribers or 500,000 subscribers or whatever. I see potential in people where they don't see it in themselves. And I'm realistic about that potential too. I'm not going to push you to get 1 million subscribers and put that in your head, and then you don't get it, and then you get, then you're like, well, why do I even bother? But if you have a channel and you care, I will help you get to that 10,000, that 50,000, that 100,000, that 500,000, that million, whatever you have the drive to get to, whatever you want to get to. If you have the potential and the aptitude and the drive and the dedication, I will be there to help you do it. I can only do so much. If you want 1 million subscribers but you don't want to put in the work, I can only get you so far. I can only do I get maxed out on my miracles. I'm allowed 3 every 100 years, 3, and I used all of them already. So you're out of luck, But I like to work with small creators that have a drive. Kevin Crunch has a lot of drive. He's a great creator. You know, Peter Taylor, he's a nice guy. Good creator. Makes really good content, actually. You know, it's not everyone's cup of tea, but it is good content, objectively. Cozy Gaming, him with his streams with his little brother. It's good content. It's not everyone's cup of tea, as I said. Same with Peter. But it is objectively good content. It's not terrible. It's not bad by any stretch of the word or the meaning. A lot of our creators are small, but they make good content. And that's what matters, is good content that people can enjoy. Whether someone's trying to go to your video and learn something, or whether they're trying to get 20 minutes of their day is better off, because maybe they have an abusive parent, or they have a negative life, you know, situation. They're suffering from depression maybe, and they just want to sit down and watch a video and laugh and feel good about themselves, or feel good for a minute because they can watch your 10-minute video, your 20-minute video that makes that little bit of their day just a little bit brighter. You know, that video that could stop them from hurting themselves, self-harming, suicide, whatever. That video means more than all the subscribers in the world. And that's what I want to help make people make. That's what I want to help us as a community do, is make content like that, good content that really speaks to people, not to brands. That's just an afterthought. It happens. We all need to make money, but we're a business about people, not about companies. If a company wants to work with us, great. But we work for people, with people, because of people. And that's what we stand for. What? Also, with the initial or subsequent financing, what anime will Ben be making with a portion of that? Matthew from Network Studios is he's working on a project called The White Witch, which is not really an anime. It's more of an animation because it's not Japanese. Although technically they're hiring, or we're trying to hire a Japanese studio. So we're trying to make original content. And that's probably going to be something that'll get funded, but not if we don't have enough money for it. We need a lot of money to fund that, more than $2 million, or else we wouldn't be able to fund everything else. But if we can get it, we'll get it. We'll do it. Peter Taylor says, I would not say I'm sorry, I can't afford that. I have much stronger words I can't use. Like blind. Mr. Washington says, like blind. Stop being Scalelabs, and no more tea for you. Don't take away my tea. I like tea. I got a whole empty thing of tea right here that I drank because I was thirsty. Now I have nothing to drink because I don't even have water in the house. Because I need to go get water because I can't drink tap water. Mr. Washington, I'd take his pocky away, says Peter. Bent Pixels Vulture blocked me for telling someone not to join their network, says Cloud. Yeah, Freedom blocked me for pointing out that their website got hacked and that everyone's personal information was possibly at risk because their SSL certificate was invalid, stuff like that. So yeah, I got blocked for similar reasons by a lot of networks. So same. Matt is the next PewDiePie. PewDiePie. Congrats, Cloud. I got a lock company to block me, says Mr. Washington. Did you crack the lock? No, they said something snarky back to a creator and a good person I follow, so I replied with the truth. the cold, hard truth. Just like a lock. Blind, can you use my miracle on Mr. Washington? I feel the resulting troll will be talked about for years and people will call it the Mega Troll. Woo! Truth, says Cloud. My luck, Peter, I'd end up being a hypno troll, though. No, we're not memeing in this chat. Lol, Matthew. Lol, Cloud. Anyway, that's basically my whole spiel, guys. That's pretty much everything. We got this done in under an hour. 59 minutes and 13 seconds. Making that time, boys. I said we'd do it in an hour, hour 15. I was right on schedule. We good, fam? This question, it says, so if their SSL is invalid, does that follow the disability laws? No, you don't need SSL to follow accessibility laws. SSL is only for encryption. It doesn't involve anything with disability laws. Now I have to go and watch the beginning, says Mr. Washington. No, you don't, because in about 15 minutes after we're done with the conclusion of this stream, I'm going to take a 15-minute break. We're going to be streaming on twitch.tv/blindgaming, which is going to be moved to be more towards a bin brand, I think. We're going to be doing a whole bunch of stuff on that channel. Last update before we do end this. Bin is now working on kind of original content. We're going to be working on original content and, working on all that stuff. So we're going to have shows coming, working on a whole bunch of stuff like that. They're going to be low budget and whatnot, but they should be nice. And going to be working with a lot of creators in Bin and creators that we know from different places. So we're going to be working on that. So we're going to be working on that, and but it's invalid. Will there be hats? Sorry about that, and I think we're actually going to end it here. So, thank you everyone. I'll be back in about 15 minutes, and we'll pick it up at twitch.tv/blindgaming. I think we're pretty much good today, feedback-wise. Does anyone have any questions? No. Okay, I think we're good then. All right, thank you everyone so much for stopping by. If you're checking out the VOD, everything will be in the description below. Anything that I mentioned, the links and whatnot, just give me a little bit of time. Where's my tea? I drank it all, Cloud. He didn't like my bin hat. I think that's bin hat. Will there be tea and biscuits? No, because biscuits are taxable, but we will have cake, Peter. There will be tea and cake, because cake is a staple food in the diet of any British person, as dictated by your local government and tariffs. So yes, there will be cake, no biscuits, because they're not paying tax. Because that would be the best wearable pun. Alright, well thank you so much everyone for coming out. This has been, my name's Anthony. I was about to say this has been The Blind Gamer. My name's Anthony. I'm the CEO and founder of Bin Media Incorporated, now an official corporation in Washington State. And we'll see you in the next one. Hopefully we'll have more town halls like this. I enjoy doing them. I enjoy filling you guys in, and hopefully you guys can use this as a valuable resource for now and in the future. Anyway, thank you guys so much, and I will see you in the next one. Follow us on the Discord server. Everything's linked in the descriptions below. We'd love to see you on the Discord server. We'll chat there. Bye-bye.